number 11, New York Knicks. Again, rumored to move up. They love Jaden Ivey. They really want to get him, but I don't see it happening. I don't think they can present a package to go from 11 to 4 without trading RJ Barrett. People love Mitchell Robinson's been this guy who's supposed to hit the past like 3-4 years, and somehow he's still supposed to hit the next 4 to 5 years. But that's not really an intriguing piece to me. I don't think that's an intriguing piece to many NBA teams. But we're going to go with the Knicks stay put at 11. Who do you think they select?
I think they are for Jalen Duran because, like you said, Mitchell Robinson, he's a free agent this year. I can't see them bringing him back. Like they've got Nerlens Noel. Like Nerlens Noel is just not good and is always injured. And I don't know. I feel like they could do with that foundational piece. Hopefully, get some less foul trouble that Mitchell Robinson seems to always get into. And yeah, like they need somebody to fill that hole at center. Even like Julius Randle as a big, I feel like they're going to try to move him. So I feel like they're going to have Obi Toppin as their best front court player. So I feel like they're going to need like an athletic big to cover up some defensive weaknesses that the rest of the Knicks roster has. So, and I mean, I don't know. They were locked down on defense a couple years ago, but they're all kind of falling apart now. So I feel like defensive big makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I think they will go Jalen Duren. I agree. I think it makes sense to have him go in there, be that defensive big. I mean, he was very talented coming out of high school, and I think he was clearly the best player on Memphis this year. I know Imani Bates only played like a third of the games this year, but Duren really took a huge step, and without him, they wouldn't have had obviously being Boise State in the first round. Without him, they wouldn't have even competed with Gonzaga in the second game of or round of 32, second game of March Madness. And I agree, he can go out there, he can go in there and play well, kind of relieve the defensive pressure off of Obi Toppin. And again, the East, I get that's something again, it's important. The Eastern Conference, a lot of centers, a lot of big men. That's what's kind of thriving. So if you can have someone that go in there, and yes, he's maybe not as mobile to kind of go out there and defend like a Bam Adebayo, but he can lock down the paint and be maybe even a better version of Robert Williams, who was a huge part of the Celtics' success. So I think they go Duren. I know people were thinking about maybe, hey, what about AJ Griffin? He can go in there, he can slide in there and shoot the ball for them. But that's just not someone I think that has all the potential. And the Knicks, although they think they're always in a win now mode, they shouldn't get AJ Griffin because he's kind of a win now type of player.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I feel like they just have to start building like for the future because obviously, I don't know, their team's just they're just very devoid of talent outside of like RJ Barrett. I think is better than you think he is, but I still don't think he's like great. I don't think he's gonna be like the number one option on some teams. So I don't know. Maybe they go with like a high, like random upside player, but I feel like Jalen Duren is the best combination of like safe, fits the need, and gives you some like actual talent to work with.
Now, someone that I think would be interesting to go on the Knicks, and I don't think it will happen just because, yeah, let's say they do end up keeping Julius Randle around. I think Duren would be a good pick regardless. But let's say they keep uh, Randle around, Obi Toppin obviously there, RJ Barrett, he's kind of a taller guard, can play forward. But a player I think would be interesting to see on the Knicks would be Jeremy Showen from Baylor. He needs to develop a consistent 3-pointer, but he can really defend. He can kind of work on that pick and roll, and he didn't really. I guess my thing is he's again kind of a developmental player, or I don't think that, but I guess more he has more potential. So I was trying to say he has a lot of potential out of the available guys, and I think that he could be a really interesting piece to go on the Knicks.
Yeah, no, I like him.